Me, shake it like you never ever got shake. This pussy poppin' was a college, she done graduated. She need a bowl for that ass just to celebrate. A lot of clapping and standing ovation when she back that ass up like in 1990. Hey. Back that ass up like in 1990.
Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys for tuning in to another InfiniteJaycie video. I have a special guest here with me today, Miss Shonna. Shonna is my oh so fabulous nail tech, bling bling, okay? Welcome to the show, girl.
Thank you, thank you.
All right. Speaking of, it's spooky season.
She been waiting on it. She been waiting.
I've been waiting.
Y'all
like spooky season. Y'all don't think that's a live way to say it's Halloween? It's spooky season.
It's spooky season, guys.
It's spooky season, y'all. I came trying to ask her to do my nails for a wedding that I'm going to, and I ended up with Halloween nails. So, but they're really cool. They're really live. Like, they're legit. So, as you guys know, I said that I wanted to bring some guests on my show, some people who are out there actually chasing their dreams, trying to be a boss. Okay, we have a lovely girl boss here with me today. She's a nail tech, okay? And so Miss Shonna is here today to share with us some of the challenges that she faced prior to figuring out she wanted to be a nail tech, and also just some of the challenges that she's having now and how fun it is to actually chase your dream, okay? So we're just going to jump right into the conversation. So Shonna, I know that when we were talking, I know you told me multiple times how it took you a while to really figure out what it is you wanted to do. So can you kind of share with us and tell us, first off, how you even discovered your gift and what you wanted to do with it, and how you made that transition from corporate America to chasing your dream?
I wasn't like, I feel like a lot of people in high school where they knew what college they were going to go to. I just knew that I was going to go to the community college that was kind of up the street.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember one of my teachers I was explaining that to her, and she was like, well, that's still something that you need to be proud of.
Right.
So everybody was posting their acceptance letters on the wall, and I was just kind of like, it's just a community college.
Yeah.
Just basically downplaying yourself,
Mm-hmm.
which you should never play yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But
don't play yourself.
that's
key.
key number. Exactly.
That's key.
Yes. Probably like the first 2 semesters, I was like, all right.
This ain't it. This ain't
it. This ain't it.
Something gotta give.
Yes. So I think at that time I was working at Sherwin-Williams, which was probably one of the best jobs I've had. I worked there for about 2 years, and then I was like, hey, this pay isn't cutting it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting a little older.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to realize this is not the money I want to make.
Right.
So that's when I jumped into corporate America.
Mm-hmm.
So 2015,
Mm-hmm.
and I was making some pretty decent money for a 20, 21-year-old, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
So worked there. It was fun until we got into what they call.
No, it didn't. Thrown in the back of our
You weren't
seat.
expecting that? Oh yeah, not in the middle of the thing.
Okay, sorry.
I was like, I realized I'm really good at customer service. I know how to use my voice on the phone. I'm just,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a people's person over the phone, but out the phone, I'm kind of just like, hi. So I got fired from Kohl's, y'all. So I worked there for about 2 years, and I got fired because of my attendance. And these people really, I'm trying not to drag this story, but these people really gave me chance after chance. And literally since then, every job have gave me chance after chance with attendance. So they fired me, girl. But you know what? I bounced back being me. I get my hustle from my dad. Okay. Fast forward, ended up getting fired from another job for attendance. That's okay. But just to bring y'all up to date, I ended up getting hired at State Farm. And it's funny because my dad had been working there for 20 years and he did not get me on. I got myself on.
I heard that.
And I was a claims adjuster.
Mm-hmm.
So I was there for about 1.5 years. It took me about a year to realize I'm sick of this shit.
Oops.
Like,
you lasted longer than me. I've been at my job for about
6 months.
About 6 months. I knew. I've been here for 10, but I knew about 6.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
you better than me.
And I mean, I had that feeling before, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's been as bad to the point where I'm like, oh, I gotta make some shake.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
So I prayed about it, and I really just got to a point like, God, like, you feel my frustration. Like, you know how they say you got to talk to God like your homeboy sometimes. Like, you know that I'm sick of this, Jesus. So, that's where I was at. I prayed on it, and it's crazy because I ended up, one day I was just like, you know, I want to do my nails, but I don't have the money for it. I think the end of October, so did my first full set. And it didn't come out too bad. Like, I mean, honestly, I put some polish on it to kind of clean up the look. But it wasn't that bad. So I was like, okay. I started doing it as a hobby for like a month. So Trina and Lottie. I have a couple of sisters. Both of them pretty much pushed me. So Lottie wanted me to do her nails. And now that I look back on it, she was really boosting me, y'all. I had acrylic all on her skin, and she was like, these are so cute. But the crazy part is, you would think she was boosting me because she was my sister, but she went to work, and even her coworkers was like, oh, your nails are cute. I'm like,
even with the acrylic on the skin. Okay.
Right. I'm like, Jesus, that ain't nobody but you. Eventually, I just realized, you know, this is something, you know, this is a gift God has given me, and I should really take advantage of it. A girl from my job named State Farm, we called each other neighbor. She did nails, and she was really great at it, but she thinks that she can't be like this.
She thinks that she can't pursue it full time. Like, it can't be
a
real job.
Exactly. But she's like, hey, it's great that you have a passion for it. So she low-key put me on to the nail supply stores. I ended up putting her on to a nail supply store because you can't just walk up in any nail supply store and purchase stuff. Yes, like, they're like, where's your license at? And I'm like, in the making. Okay. I ended up working inside of my laundry room. Like, I had like a lawn chair and like a little dinner table.
She had a whole setup.
I had a whole setup. It was my washer and my dryer. My washer and my dryer, and in front of my washer was my little dinner table where I set up my product, and then my little lawn chair. So I was out there just doing it. So basically, I started in my laundry room. I eventually moved up to getting like a little nail table from Amazon. So I went from a dinner table that was like $7 to a little nail table that was that was $60 on Amazon. So ever since then, I just kind of been like building my collection, and I never really expected it to go the way it did. At all. Like, I just expected me to do nails as a hobby. I wasn't expecting it till I started posting my work, like, hey, I did this, and people were like, hey, you want to do my nails? And I'm like,
no, let me tell y'all, she posted some nails, I want to say in like November or December, and I was like, hey, I need you to do my nails. Like, how much you do my nails? Like, let me know. What was I asking you for? I think I kept asking her for marble nails.
Marble.
And she was like, I don't know how to do that. I was like, yes, you can. Because y'all should have seen the design she was doing. Like, she wasn't doing this, but she was doing some stuff. I was like, you can do a marble nail. Like, I know you can.
Jess has always challenged me, y'all.
Always. Hey, she got some boring clients. I ain't gonna lie to you. We appreciate you, loyal customers. But y'all just should be wanting the same stuff everybody else got. If she's a growing nail tech and she's very creative, you have to give her stuff that challenges her. You know, like, push her. Don't let her get stagnant.
No matter how much I stray away from it, like, they look too hard.
I'd be like, no, don't you? I don't know nothing about nails, but I'd be like, no, don't you just gotta like blend this or, you know? And she'd be like, no, Jazz, it don't work like that. And I'd be like, oh, well, you can do it. I believe in you.
Those challenges she gave me, I would look on YouTube, and I tell everybody this is how I learned how to do nails. YouTube University. That was the first school
University,
I ever went to, and even when I got in school, people were asking me, hey, can you show me how to do this? Can you show me how to do that? And I kind of got irritated because I'm like, I've done my research. You have to do yours too. Like,
hey, that's facts.
That's facts.
Anything you want to do in life, do your research. You know what I'm saying?
If you want anything in life, really, you're going to go after it yourself and do what you got to do. You're not going to just continue to rely on other people to help you get to where you need to be.
Because then, if you think of it like, if you're relying on someone else to give you that information, at the same time, you can only learn as much as they know. You know, so there could be other stuff out there, different methods out there that you can take, that you can pursue. But if you're relying on this person to get all your information from them, for one, they're always going to be a step ahead of you. And two, you have to challenge yourself. You know, like, you have to go out and seek that information. If like she said, if this is something you really want to do, if this is something you're really passionate about, you got to do everything in your power to figure out how to make this work. You know, like, she's chasing this full-time. Like, she's pursuing, like, when she's done with school, she wants to be a full-time nail tech. So she can't halfway prepare for the job that she wants. You know, like it's not going to be as successful as she wants it to be. Especially with this not being a practical job, you know, like with this not being something that already has the steps laid out for you. Like she's figuring this out as she goes. So she has to go and do research. All right, so tell us about that time in your life when you actually decided, okay, I'm not just gonna let this continue to be an idea or continue to be something that I want to do but I'm not doing. Tell us about, you know, how you actually started to chase that dream.
My support system really has a lot to do with it. Like, I've been getting continuous support, and it's crazy. It just blows my mind sometimes, and I really appreciate it. I really thank God for it. No matter how much you want something, you need that support. You need people in your corner that genuinely want to be there for you and push you. So it's crazy when I even run into, not even random people, but people that I don't know like that. They see my work, and they're like, you're doing such a great job, girl. You were so talented. Keep going. I'm just like, oh, thank you so much. It got me going. It's just my support system, and then realizing that, hey, you're good at this.
Right.
You know, this is a talent, and it took a couple people. Like, it really took, I think Jess definitely plays a big factor.
Jess.
Yeah, because not when I first started, but starting up more so, when I decided to start charging for it, when I was starting to do like friends nails and stuff, I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna just charge like $10, $15 for a full set. And Jess was like, what?
Right.
Okay,
you know, just don't play by her money.
Clearly.
And it ain't even hers, it's you.
Right. But she not gonna let me play myself like that. And that's what support is for. So, I mean, she was like, hey, if you don't feel comfortable charging that much, that's fine. But I'm gonna need you to go up eventually.
Right.
So kind of ever since then, she'll check in with me, and it'll just be like, you know, how much are you charging for nails now? You want to pay the price? I'm like, yeah, but I want to get better with my timing. And that was another thing during the process. Like, things take time. And you go to the nail shop, and they have you thinking you can do, like, a beautiful full set in 30 minutes.
Right.
Y'all come out of there, and y'all should be looking.
Right.
I definitely prefer quality over quantity. So honestly, when I first started, I used to take like 4 or 5 hours to do a full set. So I appreciate my sisters because they sat it out. Lottie used to just be asleep on the table, and I'm still doing her nails. So I mean, I've gotten down to 2.5 to 3 hours, and I'm definitely ashamed to say it sometimes. But at the same time, at the end of the day, when I see my work, I'm like, it's worth it.
And I think from when you first picked up a press on to start doing your own full sets, like, it hasn't even been a year yet.
I know.
You know what I mean? So to think that just in a year's time you have, you know, developed a passion for this, you know, you've actually started trying to practice with it, you got yourself into school, you know, and you actually have clientele that you actually do nails on, you know, like, once you take all of that into consideration and you look at the timeline, like, it hasn't even been a full year for you to go from 4 or 5 hours down to 2.5 to 3 in just like 10 months time.
Pretty
like
much.
That's still very impressive.
Yeah.
So I think one thing that's very girl, I got you. I think one thing that's very important with anyone that's chasing their dreams, I mean, I know you guys hear it a lot, but basically be patient with yourself, you know? And I think it's very, you do. And I think it's very important that you remember where you started, you know, like, because like you said, like, I know it can get overwhelming, you know, or, you know, you can just be so hard on yourself, but I think that you really need to take the time. Like, when you do feel overwhelmed, I think that's the perfect time to stop and be like, okay, where did I start? You know what I mean? Like, go back and look at, for anyone who's a barber, go back and look at the picture of the first person who let you cut their hair. First off, they bold. But go back and look at the first picture. Like, you have to keep checking in with yourself. You know, you have to take time to look back so that you can appreciate where you're going and how you've improved.
Most definitely. A part of the dreaming process, you're gonna always have setbacks. Like, I have setbacks till this day. Like, today it wasn't a setback, but last Friday it was. State Farm, I was like, okay, I'm good at my job. My manager loves me. Made a mistake by telling her, you know, my dreams, opening up to her. And not necessarily saying to make a mistake, but at the end of the day, y'all, they don't.
These jobs don't care what you got going.
They don't.
All they care about is their job. Right. To them, you're their money. Like, they invest money in you, so you need to be investing in their company. They don't care about anything outside of that.
I chose a school did my research again, found out that's not the school I wanted to go to. Chose another school that was like way further. So the first one I chose was 20 minutes away. The second one I chose was like pretty much an hour away from my house in traffic.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I know my schedule now. Brought it to her, and 3 months passed, y'all, and they acted like they could not give me a schedule change. You still compliment me on my job and how great of a worker I am, but you cannot help me chase my dream.
Right.
So at this point, I'm like, I'm about to quit on y'all. You know? And that's just pretty much what it was. And I told my dad, and, you know, mind you, he's been working for State Farm, so he knows it's good money in the company. It's a reputable company to a certain extent. I was like, oh, I'm going to quit this job. My dad was like, wait until you get your bonus so you can, like, you know.
Dad said, get that money,
you know. But it's like our generation is just on a different page from the previous, like, our ancestors, I guess. Like,
our ancestors.
So my dad is used to, like, you know, working at 9 to 5.
Yeah, they don't get it.
They don't get it.
Like, I really... That's good. That's beautiful. Because I'm just like, I really believe that, like, some of our parents, they're such, like, conventional people. Like, they, if it don't make money, it don't make sense. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure to your dad, he was like, you know, State Farm is a stable job. You know, you've been working here. You know, like, this going to be a steady income. This is what you need, baby girl. Like, this is for you.
Yes.
You know, like, all that other stuff, that's cool. You can do that on the side. That's a hobby. You know what I mean? But this is where you're going to get your money. And so I feel like it's kind of hard to tell our parents that, like, oh, you know, I'm going to leave this practical job with this steady paycheck to go chase my dream, you know? Because it's just, I feel like it's like back in the day when, like, people be like, oh, I'm going to go be a singer, or oh, I'm going to go be an actor. You know, they're just like, you ain't gonna make no money with that. You ain't gonna make it, you know? And so I feel like it's very discouraging, especially from our family members when we don't have that support.
Right.
You know, like, it's okay. Like, you can go do this. I believe in you. I know you're gonna make it happen. So, you know, I'm all for you. So, have you ever had any, like, experiences like that? Like, anybody that was just, like, you know, like, you really needed their support and they weren't really
my dad.
To you?
Yeah, my dad. I mean, and I'm grateful for that because he definitely supported. And it wasn't like he wasn't supporting me. He was just looking at the reality of it. Like, Shonna, you a black girl trying to be a nail tech and make money off of this, you know. Yeah. What are the odds?
Right.
Not that he didn't believe in me, but it's just crazy because my daddy is my backbone. Like, I love that man to death. He has always been by my side. So even when he said that, I was discouraged, but I didn't take it as he didn't believe in me. You know, it was just, he was looking at the reality of it. So he was just like, Shonna, wait until you get that bonus and you can use it for school. You know, because even at the same time, it was like, oh, damn, I don't pay for school. Right. You know, he's definitely turned around. Like, it's crazy. Remember I was telling you a couple weeks ago, he always sent me like, I mean, not to be like that, but you know, parents, when they get on social media, they get a little too caught up and they just be sending you all kinds of stuff. So he sent me this one message, and I read all your messages, Dad. But this one in particular was really good.
Got caught.
It was really good, and I was just like, oh, thanks, Pops. And he was just like, you know, I'm just so glad you just make me so proud chasing your dreams and being so independent at a young age. And I just teared up like, oh, you know, I really appreciate that because I remember when he was like, Shonna, don't quit your job.
Right.
Wait on that bonus.
Right.
And mind you, I told you I was waiting 3 months for them to change my schedule.
Right. No, you went through some stuff, sis.
No,
you really
for real.
tried. You went through a lot. But that also shows how bad she wanted it. Like, not only did the first no, when they was like, no, like, she didn't let that stop her. So she persevered. She kept going. Then she got another no. Then another no. And then instead of, you know, when she figured out that they weren't going to change her schedule, like, they weren't going to help her make this work, that's when she had to make that decision. Like, do I really want to chase my dream or do I want to be stuck here at State Farm? And so she had to make that sacrifice and, you know, quote unquote, take that L. And quit her job.
I quit. And, yeah, I was trying to get fired. I ain't gonna lie. Would always have, like, try to plan it out myself. But that's where you go wrong, too. Like, it's good to be prepared and it's good to set goals. But at the end of the day, you need to, I'm sorry if you're not a spiritual person. Sorry,
Right.
not sorry, but you need to talk to God. You need to consult with him before you just jump into things.
Mhm.
Because a lot of people jump into things and then you want to put God in situations.
Right. And he like, well, you put yourself here. You didn't
Right.
want my help in the beginning, so.
Right. Now you want to call on me, my child?
Right.
I mean, I still got you, but
Right, but still.
you would have avoided so much stuff if you would
Right.
have came to him first.
I really believe we make it so much harder on ourselves. Just because, like you said, like, once I feel like we get so fixated on something, like once we figure out something we want to do, you done made up your own plan, but then you want to be like, oh, God's plan. You know, like you done been like, you done came up with this whole list of stuff and you want God to just make it work. But he's just like, this isn't what I said I wanted you to do. This is what you said you wanted to do, and you want to bring it to me and make me do it. Like, you know? So you got to consult with him.
Like of course, I talked to her about it,
Right.
but it was just a thing. Like, I just took a leap of faith and I just went for it. And
I wasn't worried.
And the crazy part about it, she wasn't worried, but I was worried. Like, the people I talked to that day that I quit, I was crying, I was sobbing. They're like, Shonna, you just took a leap of faith. What are you crying?
Right.
Like,
God's going to reward you for this.
Exactly. You can't have fear in you have to choose one. And I was
fear of faith. What you going to have? Fear of faith.
Exactly. So you definitely got to choose your faith over your fear, and it's easier said than done, but it is so rewarding in the end. And that's the thing, like, when you chasing your dreams, don't think it's going to be a walk in the park. Like, the good thing about it is knowing that it's going to be challenges.
Right.
So when you know stuff, you can be prepared, you know? And more so, it just hit you. Just like, where'd this come from?
Right.
I think, no.
And you like the Mr. Krabs meme.
Right.
Yeah, so that was really the dreaming part. Like, I think, like we said, like, I think one important thing to know when you're chasing your dream, especially in the midst of chasing it, is that there's going to be setbacks. You know, like, it's going to be challenging, but you have to push through it. If it's something you really want to do, if it's something you really want to pursue, you got to roll with the punches, okay? Grow in pain.
And expect that it's going to work out.
Yeah. You got to have faith in yourself.
I would definitely say that. Don't ever think that you're not good enough and that you can't, just because you can't do what they're doing. Like, if this, like Jay said, this is for you, this is for you. Period. And that's it.
Period. Okay, guys. So as I said, I always like to end the video with a quote. So our quote for today is actually from a book that we've both actually just finished. And it's Charlemagne the God's book called Black Privilege. First off, that's a really good book. So if anybody's looking for a book to read, if anybody just has anything that they want to do, any dream they want to chase, that's an awesome book to, like, encourage you and inspire you. And he has so many gems in that book. But the quote for today, it says, when you free yourself of all of the insecurity and anxiety that's been weighing you down, you'll be shocked at how high you can soar. And I really thought that was just a very powerful quote. I really think it's something that us as dreamers, you know, people who are chasing our dreams, I think it's something that can really apply to us, because there is a lot of insecurity and anxiety in this world. And if you listen to all of that negative energy, you know, all of those negative thoughts that people are trying to spew into you, or just that you even think of yourself, like, if you let that affect you, it will really block you from chasing something that could be really great for you. Like he said, you'll be shocked at how high you soar if you just let all of that go. What do you think?
It definitely gets overwhelming, and I know for me personally, when I get overwhelmed, I can tend to shut down. So just, you know, after you let that go, it's just amazing. Like it said, you'll be shocked on what you can do and where your challenges will take you. Like, it is all a part of the process.
It's a part of the process.
I can't stress it enough.
It can't all be perfect. Like, you can't just go on this route and think that it's all about to be peaches and cream. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta roll with the punches. Like, it comes with the territory. Like, don't cheat the grind. Like, it's a process. It's building your character. And I mean, even I can attest to this. Like, as far as with me starting this YouTube channel, like, for some reason, like, the thought of me recording myself and putting this out for the world to, like, judge, it was just like, I was just like, nah, you know, like, I don't really got nothing to talk about. Like, you really, if you let yourself, you will really create these negative things, and, like, you will really talk yourself out of something.
It's crazy.
And it's crazy, but, you know, even with my first video, like, after I finally posted my first video, I got so many responses like, oh, you're so good, like, you edit that video so well, like, oh, like, I can really see you do, and you know, that's refreshing to hear. Like, that's great. Like, I feel awesome that, you know, people actually see something in me through my video, and that was just my first intro video.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but, like, what if I would have let all of the negative things that I was thinking stop me from doing this? So,
Yeah.
thank you guys so much for tuning into my video today. Thanks for having my special guest, Shonna, my nail tech.
Thanks for having me, Jazz, as your first guest.
No problem, girl.
We're gonna look back on this and be like, you remember when we had the two,
bro, when we had the beans stacked up with the your nail light behind it. If y'all can see this setup, bro. Hey, but you gotta start from somewhere, okay?
You do.
Like I said, meet us at the top. We're gonna see you in the next video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and